I know how hard it is to go for what you want. I know how difficult it feels to be seen trying. You're posting consistently on Instagram but still have less than 100 followers. You're making TikToks daily but still have under 500 views per video. Every day you're showing up on the streets busking, come rain, come shine, singing your heart out. But most people just walk by. Rejection doesn't always come from an outright no. It can also feel like a lack of attention. You feel it, you see it, and it's not just you that sees, others see it too. But you have to keep telling yourself that it's worth it, because if it's not, then what was it all for? I want to let you know that I see you. At the time of making this video, my YouTube channel is on 215 subscribers after over 3 years of posting on and off. That's 3 years of me spending hours editing videos, battling issues with storage on my laptop, and then finally hitting upload, thinking maybe this will be it. Maybe this is when I take off and all my hard work pays off. Maybe this is when it finally happens for me. The video is live, a minute passes by, no views. I watch my own video, 5 minutes later, 1 view. I close the YouTube app. Maybe if I pretend not to care, the numbers would skyrocket. After all, I don't want the algorithm to sense my desperation. A few days later, I log back into YouTube to see that my video has a whopping 30 views after a few days and maybe 100 views after a week or two. Here we go again. What seems like another flop. When will people finally begin to see what I see? When will people finally begin to see what you see? When will it finally be your turn to experience the growth you know is possible? It feels almost embarrassing, you know? You keep trying, and currently you feel like you have nothing to show for it. I know how that feels, but I want to tell you to keep going. Think about it. At worst, you will have learned to believe in yourself, be consistent at something, and develop discipline and self-control. At best, the metrics will eventually catch up with your excellence, and you'll see the hard work paying off with the numbers. Either way, you only stand to gain. I'm so proud of you. Your art matters. Your content is valuable. Don't listen to that voice that's telling you to hide in a corner. I know how embarrassing it can feel to champion yourself. Sharing your YouTube videos on WhatsApp group chats, introducing yourself as a YouTuber at events, or a business owner, or a musician, a fashion designer, whatever it is you feel you aren't yet. I know all too well the temptation to prelude your dream persona with aspiring writer, aspiring designer, aspiring musician. I think back to a lot of my favorite musicians and their stories. Many of them started out unknown, toiling and eagerly hoping for someone, just one person, to give them a chance. In their humble beginnings, I'm sure they never envisioned the level of success they would one day have. The same is possible for you and me if we keep going. If we don't keep going, then we don't get to find out. I'm learning to appreciate my humble beginnings. It's life. A baby is born and the early days and sleepless nights feel like forever, and you can't wait for that time to pass. Then you blink and they're off to college and you're waving goodbye with tears in your eyes, longing once again for the early days when they needed you, when life seemed simpler. Or when you buy a plant and it starts out slow, The leaves are barely growing. There are no flowers yet. But after some time, you realize not one, but 2 flowers have blossomed, and the plant is adding so much vibrance to your home. Or how, when we're young, we can't wait to grow up. Then we grow up and long for our childhood. Unfortunately, we don't appreciate early days until hindsight. I've been on this YouTube journey for 7 years now, and this is my second attempt at building a YouTube channel. Whenever I used to say that, I would say it and feel shame. However, I am determined that it will be my last. I've made the mistake of trying to rush past the awkward early stages of only a few subscribers and what seems like slow growth. Can I be honest with you? Humble beginnings on YouTube has really discouraged me in the past. I would feel discouraged by the lack of growth and stop. But now, looking back, the only regret I have is that I stopped. I love YouTube. I realized very quickly that it's more than the numbers for me. For me, it's about art. It's about storytelling. It's about using videos to make people feel a little less alone and a little more human, a little more seen, a little more heard. It's about me documenting my journey on this earth and sharing the good, the bad, the soft, the strong, the weak, the vulnerable, in a bid to give others the permission to do the same. Now, I'm really trying to enjoy the process, and not in the cliche happy-go-lucky way, but to really be present for each video I make, to enjoy the ideation, the creative process, the messiness, the time and level of attention that goes into each video. And for me, I know I already have one view. God gets to enjoy my videos first, before anyone else does. I'm also learning to enjoy that while it lasts, before my audience goes beyond that luxury. So, my friend, I encourage you to see the beauty in your humble beginnings. Like a flower in bloom, there is room for you in this world. I'm rooting for you.